The bloody conflict between Russia and Ukraine is under global spotlight, but this is not the first time the two neighbors have fought each other. To sort out the intricate and complex relationship between the two, we must look at history, starting way back to the 9th century. The East Slavic ethnic group, which includes modern-day Ukrainians, Russians, and Belarusians, established the Kievan-Rus in Eastern and Northern Europe. Its capital was first in Novgorod and then in Kiev. The modern nations of Belarus, Russia, and Ukraine all claim Kievan-Rus as their cultural ancestors. Russian President Vladimir Putin wrote in 2021 that Russians and Ukrainians were one people. They had close ties and lived together and traded with Constantinople, but this was all interrupted by the 13th century Mongol invasion. The Mongol Golden Horde conquered what would become Russia, while the southwestern part of Kievan-Rus was later controlled by the Polish and the Lithuanians in the 14th century. From there, separate languages and national identities evolved. Ukrainians under the Polish-Lithuanian Empire never stopped their uprisings led by Ukrainian Cossacks. Cossacks mean adventurers in English. Ukrainian Cossacks in the 1650s established a fortress in the southeast of modern Ukraine. There, they established the Council of Rada and began electing their leadership. In the mid-17th century, Ukrainian Cossacks threw off Polish rule and willingly reunited with the Russian Empire with the signing of the Treaty of Pereyaslav. Under the treaty, Ukraine enjoyed relative autonomy, except that a supreme body of Ukrainian power had to bow to the Tsar, and its diplomacy was controlled by the Russian Empire. However, during Russia's contest with Sweden over the domination of the Baltic Sea, Russian-Ukrainian ties started to crack. To gain an upper hand over Sweden, Russia joined hands with Poland in 1656. Ukraine, of course, was not happy with Russia signing a peace treaty with its former conqueror. Meanwhile, Sweden managed to persuade Ukraine to help with its war over the Baltic Sea. Russia brought its troops to Ukraine and forced it to sign a new Treaty of Pereyaslav in 1659, significantly limiting Ukraine's autonomy. In 1660, Poland and Russia fought for control of Ukraine. In the end, Russia got left bank Ukraine and Poland got right bank Ukraine. In the mid-18th century, Poland started to decline and its grip on right bank Ukraine loosened. The Russian Empire got nearly all of Ukraine by the end of the 18th century under Catherine the Great's rule, who stripped Ukraine of its autonomy.